But to make a point, it's not that the ego is released by some self-effort of superconsciousness, except it be in some sense that we are drawn to loving God and becoming so aware of Him, which I maintain is easiest simply through simple gratitude, the act of being thankful continuously as is reasonably feasible. That is gratitude to God that gives us the full awareness of Him. It is the superconsciousness of Him, not some vague, inanimate, conscious ability. In other words, superconsciousness is not simply being aware perfectly of that around us, but aware of God, who by definition is the personification of the perfect, the complete, all that's truly valuable and worthwhile. The list is love, joy, peace, understanding, wisdom, faithfulness, kindness, faith, hope. You've got the list, you know the list. That it's super consciousness of this personhood, the unmanifest God, that's manifest actually in all creation around us, whatsoever is good and lovely. And indeed, everything else around us is of Him, a blessing, sent to bless us, for He rules all things and loves all that He's made. And it's all in Him, His thoughts, His mind, that superconsciousness is what being consciousness is what reality is. The awareness of God is life, and life eternal. Hence it is said in John 17, and this is life eternal, to know Thee, the only true God, and Jesus the way whom Thou hast sent. We are the way when we seek Him, for the way is to seek Him. And it's to seek Him as the personification, firstly, of all that we value, and secondly, to realize we value all that He has created and made, because of who He is, our wonderful Dad. In Jesus' terms, our Dad, our Heavenly Father. Thank you, Dad. So the point that I'm making is that it's so easy to come off the path, to be seeking bliss, to be seeking joy, to be seeking superconsciousness of what? Be very clear. I'm not seeking superconsciousness. I'm seeking absolute devotion to God, loving Him. I want to be His perfect friend. I want all people to be perfect friends of God, a blessing to God and to all of us. That's my view of the host of heaven. And sure, yes, it will be superconsciousness. It will be joy and peace and love and beauty, and you know the list. Wisdom and all the rest of it. Hope. Of course. But it's not what I'm seeking. That's just the beauty that's with it. I'm seeking to be His friend. His true friend, which I understand to mean, therefore friend of all He loves and cares for and has made all. So, be careful, you can be following a path and find you're off it quite quickly. Ooh, I've come off the path. And you know that Psalm 119 was to try and keep you on the straight and narrow way. I am the way, Jesus says. If you've seen me, you've seen the Father in the story. And we know what he means. He's not claiming to be perfect. He's just claiming to be the way. And it's not some laying down the law. It is narrow, in that you want to keep on track, of course. But it's not something I'm imposing on you. It's going to be your joy and blessing. Taste and see. I am the way. Nobody comes to the Father but by me. It's got to be by this devotion, this love, this... I'm not talking about rules and commandments. I'm talking about love and devotion. I'm not talking about keeping rules because of fear. I'm saying these rules may help you. They will help you if you want to do them. If you don't, that'd be a curse and a nightmare, and you'll hate me for it. Well, don't do it then. I only want to call those that have ears to hear. Others are not ready yet. They will be in the fullness of time. God's not going to ignore them and leave them out. He's a loving God. He's doing it at the right time. He loves us all. He's a wonderful God. Our dearest friend. And we want to be his dearest friends too. That's reasonable, isn't it? Thank you.